record. I am quite simply bored of being told how hot I am. Weary of your dreary and overplayed chords intending toward me feeling adored. Tired of tired compliments based solely on how I look. Now, it's not that I'm saying that you're a liar, that granted I'm not my biggest buyer, nor do I try to blow the fire to fuel a fractured ego higher. I just simply do not require more of your eager-eyed praises or downright creepy, long-ass gazes over a matter in which I have had no say. Would you be so kind and try instead to tell me of my mind? My words, perhaps, my wit or my jokes, the way I articulate my passions and my hopes, my soul, my energy, my everything that resides inside. Aside from, oh, here we go, aside from a pair of tits that just don't quit, or the perfect ass that does bits. Believe me, it's nothing new, and I heard it well before you came along to enjoy the view. In fact, I've heard it so much it's become the crutch of my self-esteem. With roots planted in ubiquitous glances, and catcalls thrown as I walk the roads of my 11-year-old home. In an everyday battle against the girls at my school, in cruel MySpace comments and whispers in halls, in those days when a set of straight and starred A's meant nothing if I didn't make the attractive grade. Or being placed deliberately behind the taps of a bar because, don't you know, fit girls sell beer better by far. Or being congratulated on having lost weight. Yes, please give us a medal for the product of self-hate. When lessons of your worth are birthed with beauty coming head first. I have had enough of you looking at me in doe-eyed surprise when you cannot surmise why a girl who looks like me could know a thing or two about whiskey. I like Lefroy, but people think it's too peaty. Who has not 1 but 2 degrees and reads constantly, has ideas and opinions of her very own and is perfectly content with being alone. Somewhere in here there's a girl who knows that she is worth more than the meat on her bones. The way her eyes were shaped and muscles sewn and hair toned and skin grown, but she is warring with a relentless force, a ruthless scrutiny of her form which reinforces a repulsive norm. Valuing our faces over our brains kickstarts a chain of enduring pain as we strain to maintain a flawless terrain to fit with a grain that we cannot sustain. I know. How dare the pretty one complain? But I too have been running to keep up the pace against countless years of expectation, formed through the eyes of a male-gaze nation in which female intellect and occupation still comes second to our class as decoration. No wonder we are tired, and it makes me rage that a precedent is set at so young an age, a bar raised and a future paved where what we display is the rent that we pay. Building a world in foundations of shame, in which a year of making life-changing artistic waves got buried underneath the stones that I had gained. When did beauty gain more accolade than the difference we make or the paths we create? Was it just in the evolutionary race in which the shape of my face would grant me a mate so I could sufficiently procreate? Does it keep us alive, less likely to die at the hands of those who like the look of our thighs? I think you'll find it's the opposite. When rages ignite as the truth comes to light that our bodies are not theirs by right. But hey, maybe I am just a pretty face, and all the rest is empty space, and so I guess when all of this goes, I'll just have nothing left to show. But just in case I wanted it known, that I am not a lone voice simply bemoaning for groaning's sake. There is a collective ache beneath the rake marks littering our skin from repeated attempt to tear flesh from limb in a bid to fit in. I do not condone throwing fishing line pleas for gratification to compensate for my self-deprecation. So the next time you're in the next stages with your incessant flirtation, just know it's not that I'm ungrateful or resentful of my situation. I would just rather have an actual fucking conversation than be the target of yet another one-sided masturbation.